It's Thursday and a good day to be thankful. It's Kerlisha Wells from RevivalTime Assembly, a member church of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies. And to you all I say, a great morning. This morning, I'm thankful that you've tuned in for yet another devotional on my place in this new space. Over the past 3 days, we've defined place as our position, attitude, or posture, and space as our sphere of influence. We looked at some questions we need to answer as it pertains to the influence we have in our spaces. We also examined some traits we need to have to ensure we are positioned well with the right attitude and posture when entering a new season. Today, we're going to touch on a few things that can disrupt our place in a new space if left to run rampant when we are entering a new season. If we were to go back to Bishop Roberts' point on vision, we would see that vision gives us motivation to go in the right direction. Without it, we can fall into destruction. And as an individual, if we have the wrong posture, we won't be aligned to the vision. Many times when this happens, it's because we're stuck in the past. In that, the past isn't used as an instrument to inform the way forward, but rather it's used as a benchmark or hurdle no one is allowed to cross. If we are to look for one word to describe this, it would be tradition. Too many times as believers and people in general, we allow tradition to be a stumbling block rather than a stepping stone to transformation during a transition. In Isaiah 43, verse 19a, it says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" If we are in the right position spiritually, we will be able to perceive when God is doing a new thing. However, if we are misplaced with a bad attitude and wrong posture, how would we be able to align ourselves to and with what God is doing in a new season? Moreover, tradition can muddle our view of a new space, in that we may think the space too weird or difficult or so far from the normal that we don't desire to even try to accomplish what God would have us do there. Now, outside of tradition, we also have to look at any preconceived notions we may have about the new season. At times, we may not even realize it, but we sometimes enter a room, say a senior to junior relationship, or a general conversation with a negative view or connotation based on the expressions of others or even the external feelings of someone else. Similarly, if we enter this new season with the wrong interpretation of the change we are experiencing, we could end up displacing ourselves due to negative emotions either implanted or birthed within us. And we may also take a negative approach when interacting with the new space or spaces we would have to enter in this new season. Lastly, there are selfish desires or agendas. Now, as nice as we may want to be, at some point we may slip up and forget ourselves and the real reason why we've been called to serve or minister. We may hold our heads a bit too high, speak above others a bit too frequently, or just simply forget to be humble. This results in us trying to accomplish our own desires or agendas in a new season, rather than submitting to God's will for this time. Remember, We spoke about being teachable. Along with this is a spirit of humility that allows us to truly position ourselves for God to pour into us so that we are enlightened about His desire and purpose. Additionally, it will help us to be open to going wherever God leads when we let go of our selfish desires or agendas. After all, God gives His grace to the humble as seen in James 4, and grace is something we need when entering a new season. So folks, let's examine ourselves. When we leave this session, let's prayerfully think about our place and our space or spaces. Let's evaluate which direction we're going in and even start to work on areas that may need adjustment. Yes? Once more, it was a blessing to be with you this morning or whatever time of day you're listening to this. I pray God's continued grace and peace be upon you. Our last session is coming up tomorrow, where we'll wrap up knowing our place in this new space. Blessings.